Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Sky Renwood here, and welcome back to my playthrough of The Last of Us. Last time we left off, we made our way to this new facility, on our way to the hospital to drop Ellie off, or not really drop her off, but take her and let them do whatever it is that they're gonna do. And yeah, to boot it, I don't have enough to do anything. That sucks. But yeah, we have to go through an underground tunnel in order to be able to get to the hospital since everything is blocked off. Yeah, open
There you
that
go.
up. Ah, table. The bane of my existence. That guy didn't do too well. Let's see here. Oh, what? Hold on. What do I need? 100. Oh well. This game requires multiple playthroughs if you're going to try to get the platinum trophy, so just be prepared for that.
There it
You're
is.
gonna have to play through it at least 6 times if you want to get the platinum trophy. So you know, just a word of warning. You're gonna have to complete it on easy.
Just
normal.
stay put.
No,
going
take that
anywhere.
back. You're gonna have to complete it 8 times. Oh man, you just play it on easy, normal, and survivor, and then you have to go through and complete it on easy plus, normal plus, hard plus, and survivor plus, which is essentially new game plus. But yeah, it's gonna take a little doing. Where am I going? Guess I'm going through here. I'm about to die. Ooh. Here we go. That's Ellie right there. Here we go.
Made it. Alright, come on. Give me a prop.
All right. Get on.
Okay.
Get on.
Okay, there. I'm on it. Be careful.
I got you.
Get up there. Okay, where do they want me to take her? Right there, obviously. Do I have to go back around? I don't think I can. I'm not playing with Nathan Drake, so I can't jump across that gap. Ah!
I ain't making that jump.
Stand back.
get morning to you too. Wait, hold on. What is she lower? Where's it at? Ah, okay. Get morning.
What just happened?
Damn ladder broke off the wall.
Now what?
I'll figure something out.
Is that gonna work? We can't reach that.
It's too far. I can't reach it.
Okay. Yeah, I can go over there. I'm so smart. Huh? SMRT indeed. About to make cotton candy. That sounds amazeballs. Make sure you make enough for me. It's been a while since I had cotton candy. What am I doing up here? What am I supposed to do up here? I feel like it's easy. Wait, hold on. Ah, smart guy. Hopefully it comes out good. Hopefully it does. And then, like, you can share with me, because I love cotton candy, and it's been, like, years. Ow, that hurt my body. It's been years since I had cotton candy. I don't think that's going to do anything. Where's she at? Where'd she go?
I need to get up there.
Do I have to bring the ladder? Seriously? Alright. That's fine. Don't tell me I'm gonna have to switch that back. If I have to do that whole thing over again, I swear, I'm gonna be angry. I don't even think I can bring it through here. It's down there. Nothing. Lovely times. Let's see. I can't. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Come on, you can do it. Okay, can't do it. Wait, hold on. Oh. I am so smart, I swear. Just like the smartest guy ever. This guy should be privileged to watch me play.
Oh, I see. Good idea.
Yeah, I know. At least Ellie gives me praise. At least for me, I'm an old man. I can't move as fast as you.
Oh, boy.
Just let me go ahead, and you follow my lead.
Okay, right behind you. All right. Doing my best.
Ow. 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 Am I stuck? There we go. Aha. What are you doing over there? I was struggling. Okay, that's fine. She just watched me struggle. run, jump.
Okay, come on, jump.
You're gonna catch me?
I got you. See? You didn't even need me.
See, this
Let's
would
get
be
the
no
hell
problem
off
for
this thing.
Nathan. Nathan would have made that jump with ease. He probably would have overjumped and probably hit the wall. That's how great he is at jumping and climbing. Stop running ahead of me. It won't let me run. Making me walk.
Whoa!
Ow. Oh, crap. It's the bus.
Ellie, move.
107. Ow. Shit. Ow. 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 Of course. Because, you know. Ow. Really? Oh, that's...
Ellie!
Fucking made it!
Ow.
Come on!
No! Ellie! Ellie, give me your hand! Give me your hand before you...
Well, it's a good thing she didn't give you her hand, huh? Ow. Where am I? Oh, can't go that way. Did I get her? Okay, I got her. Don't worry, Ellie, I got you.
Hands in the air!
She's not breathing.
Hands in the fucking air!
Come on.
You just gonna do me like that? You see me perform a CPR and you just, alright, that's cool. That's cool. No, that's what people do realistically.
Welcome to the Fireflies.
See you giving
Sorry about
CPR to a
They didn't know who you
helpless
were.
little girl and you just gonna hit him in the
She's
head with the
alright.
butt of a gun.
They brought her back.
I wanna
You
find
came
that dude,
all
punch
this
him
way.
dead in this shit. Just right in the face.
How'd you do it?
It was her. She fought like hell to get here. Maybe it was meant to be.
Oh yeah, it's about to go down. This is
I lost most of my
probably
crew
one
crossing
of
the
my
country.
favorite parts in the entire
I pretty much lost everything.
game. One of my
And
favorite
then you
parts.
show up, and somehow we find you just in time to save her. Maybe it was meant to
And it was
be.
unexpected too, honestly. Just the most unexpected twist in a game that I've ever participated
You don't
in.
have to worry
I mean,
about
well, I
her
can't say
anymore.
the most
We'll take
unexpected,
care
but
of
her. Don't worry.
definitely up there.
Let me see
I
her,
was like, wait,
please.
what?
You can't. She's being prepped for surgery.
The hell you mean surgery?
The doctors tell me the cordyceps, the growth inside her, has somehow mutated. It's why she's immune. Once they remove it, they'll be able to reverse engineer a vaccine. A vaccine.
But it grows all over the brain.
It does.
Find someone else.
There is no one else.
Listen, you were gonna show me where...
Stop. I get it. But whatever it is you think you're going through right now is nothing to what I have been through. I knew her since she was born. I promised her mother I would look after her.
Then why are you letting this happen?
Because this isn't about me, or even her. There is no other choice here.
yourself that
Yes,
bullshit.
really. Yes, indeed.
March him out of here. He tries anything, shoot
But then
him.
you put yourself in Joel's situation. You honestly ask yourself, what would you do? I mean,
Release
and it
this
sucks.
gift.
Been through stuff to even deliver this girl. I mean,
Get up.
and that's the thing. When it comes down to it, I'm like, I don't
I said,
I don't
get
know
up.
what I would choose to do, to be honest, in this situation, because basically if you choose to let her live, you basically condemn everybody else to death. You condemn this world to death, really, because it's going to continue to do
Move.
what it does, and everybody's going to just basically have to still survive and
I said move.
hope for some kind of a miracle. I'll punch him in
Give
his
me an
face.
excuse. Which way?
There goes my backpack.
What the fuck are you doing? Keep walking. I said keep walking.
Idiot.
Where was the operating room? I ain't got time for this. Where?
Savage.
Where?
Top floor, the far end.
You gonna die anyway. What's the point? What was the point of telling him? I mean, I'm glad he did. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, you got shot twice in the gut. You're gonna die. There's literally no point in saying anything. At that point, what do you think? Joel's just gonna be like, "All right, thanks for telling me. Here's some band-aids." It ain't going down like that. But yeah, going off of what I was saying before, it really, for me, would be a hard decision. Because like I said, if you choose to let her live, even through everything that, I mean, and she basically saved his life, you know, so I can understand, well, between that and obviously the ties that he has with his daughter and stuff like that, but, honestly, I don't know if I could so easily make that decision, you know? But it's not like he had enough time. That's the other part about that, is because it's not like he had, like, you know, weeks or whatever to think about this. Had he known ahead of time before taking her there, I could see him probably... Oh, that guy was... Wow. These guys are just gonna keep coming at me. Yeah, I understand. I mean, I don't know. It would be hard for me to just make that decision on the fly, but if I had to make that decision on the fly, I don't know what I would choose. On one hand, I would want her to live because at least she did save his life. She is a good girl and everything like that, and, you know, all that good stuff. The thing is, and I think this is what the one thing Joel was not really considering, was what she wanted. You know, and that's what it comes down to. He didn't even consider what it is that Ellie wanted to do, because I know if it was me and I was somehow immune to this virus, and they said in order for them to reverse engineer a cure in order to save the world, they were going to basically have to kill me, I would probably go on ahead and tell them to do it. I mean, this is why people fill out, you know, organ donor cards and stuff like that or whatever, because, you know, you want to be able to save a life. And what better way to do that than to do it, you know, I guess... Oh, did I get him? I don't think I got him. I guess I did. What better way to do that than to, you know, than self-sacrifice? I don't know. Like I said, for me, that's just something I feel like I would do. If I was in Joel's situation, I don't know that I would just, like, I don't know. I don't think I would be able to sacrifice Ellie either. But I don't know. Like, it's hard. It's a hard decision.
Oh shit!
dude. Time to heal up. Wish he had like body armor or something.
Dead asshole.
Right out of ammo. I don't know, like in a situation, it's crap. But even if it's so, still.
Let's do this.
Have to get me some ammo. See if I can save you through the worst time in your life. Yeah, I mean, and that's what it comes down to. I mean, and a lot of people like to distance themselves from decision making like this. They say, you know, well, I don't know what I would do. And the thing is, it, you know, always, you know, put myself in a situation to think, okay, so like, what if it was my wife? Or what if it was, you know, my mom, or, you know, a loved one of any kind that was, you know, they had that, you know, what would they want, you know? And I guess that would be a little bit easier because of the fact that you know them enough to know what they would want to do. But my, you know, like, for instance, with my wife, I know her. Like, if I were to do what Joel is about to do and essentially save her and get her out of the facility and even, you know, tell her what it, you know, what it is that I did, she would probably be pissed. And the reason is because, you know, you had an opportunity to save the world from certain disaster and you chose to save me. Like, she's always going to feel as though that's the wrong decision. I think somewhere deep down she would be understanding and appreciative. But on the other hand, it's like now we're in a world where we're basically going to have to continue doing what we're doing, which is fighting for survival. The world is never going to go back to the same. Now, what old girl said is, I don't know. You know, like, on one hand, I would like to believe that there is somebody else out there who can basically, you know, or who has the potential to do whatever, you know, to save or something. But at the same time, it's like you don't really know. You know, I mean, you could speculate all day, but at the end of the day, you don't know. You don't know if there's somebody else who is immune or carries this immunity the way Ellie does, or any one of your loved ones. So you could sit up there all day and be like, oh, well, try to make yourself feel better by saying, oh, well, I'm just gonna, you know, find whatever, find somebody that can help me out and everything. I know how you feel. It's like that infamous thing, and looking on the outside, it's easy, but when you in a situation you don't know how. I agree. I agree. Looking at on the if playing this game, I can sit up there and say all day, oh yeah, well of course I'm going to save Ellie, because I went through this journey with Ellie, and I've literally done everything I can to protect her. She's done everything she can to protect me. Like, I don't want it to be all for naught. Like, I don't want this to be in a huge waste of time. Ellie brought that up earlier in the game when Joel was contemplating, hey, we don't have to go. Because she was kind of like, very hesitant, and Joel was picking up on it, and he was just like, hey, we don't have to go. Like, we can just go back to my brother's, place or whatever stuff, and we can just hide out there and whatever. And Ellie's response was, then this entire thing, everything that we've been through, will have been for nothing. And it's true. I don't want, I wouldn't want to have to, go through that of saying that, everything I went through was for nothing, especially when it comes to trying to get her. But I think both Ellie and Joel was in this thought process of that they were just going to draw some blood, which anybody would have thought that way. I would have thought that way. Hell, I thought that way the first time I played the game. Was like, oh, they're just going to escort her there. I figured they were going to go through some, obviously some troubles on the way there. But I figured the worst thing that was going to happen was that Ellie was going to have to choose whether to stay with the Fireflies or to go with Joel. And inevitably she would choose Joel. Figured that's what was going to happen. But that's not what happened. See, that's where I'm just like, they didn't give the death thing, like I Am Legend. Okay, if you're talking about the movie adaptation with Will Smith, that was stupid. I'm sorry to say, for those people who really did enjoy it. For me, I just thought the entire thing was stupid. The only reason was because he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to sacrifice himself. It was, I guess, their way, Hollywood's way of trying to make some kind of a tearjerker ending, but it turned out to be okay. So, if you guys don't know, I Am Legend was based off of an original book called Omega Man. Omega Man basically was the same exact thing. Now, of course, instead of Will Smith, it was a white guy, and instead of there being vampire monsters, I mean, well, they kind of were. It still had the same kind of effect and everything, but it wasn't nearly as Hollywooded up as it was in the I Am Legend, whatever, and stuff like that. But anyway, in the book, the guy survived. And he basically went on to find the, make this cure and everything, and the world slowly but surely recovered and went back to normal. Okay, cool. And that's, again, great book and everything. They actually had a movie too. That was made after Omega Man. The original one, I think, came out. Don't quote me on this, but I believe it came out in the 80s. I believe. Don't quote me on that. You can look it up for yourself if you want. But I believe it came out in the 80s. And personally, I really enjoyed that adaptation. Oh, yeah. I did not know that. I gotta go look it up. Yeah. Definitely look. You're gonna get that from this channel a lot. I happen to know a lot of weird stuff. But yeah, it's the original book was called Omega Man, and that's what I Am Legend was based off of. And in that book, he didn't die at all whatsoever. Didn't even come close to dying. Well, he kind of did. Yeah, shut that noise up. But I mean, like I said, I think that the ending that they came up with for Omega Man or for I Am Legend was stupid. They didn't have to at all whatsoever. For some reason, they did, and it was dumb. I didn't like it at all. but like I said, you know, it's Hollywood. They do what they do, and that's about it. And like I said, it's stupid. But I mean, you know, none can really stop it now. The movie's already made. But any issue, yeah. Oh yeah. Realistically speaking, that chair would not last long in front of that door. Just saying, hate to be the bearer of bad news. But yeah, and like I said, the ending with this game, it's bittersweet. You know, you're happy that Ellie is still alive, but at the same time, at what cost? For those people around their children who have, and that's the bigger dynamic, is looking at it from a larger picture. And the larger picture would say that basically you have sacrificed children's lives, innocent people who really didn't deserve any of this, who have been scraping by the skin of their teeth, trying their best to survive this apocalyptic world, and unbeknownst to them, there's somebody out there who has a cure, who could essentially end all of this, and start to reform society. It might take years and years and years. I mean, you see how dilapidated these buildings are. Wildlife has run amok and everything, so it's probably going to take about a good 25 to 50 years for things to go back to normal. But you have single-handedly taken that choice away from literally everybody. And then to sum it all up, he made the decision to lie to Ellie at the end of it. You know, Ellie was asking, you know, what happened? And he was just like, nothing happened. You know, like, he didn't even tell her. You know, and I'm pretty sure it'll come out. What's going on, Ab Hank? Welcome, man. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. I know it's going to come out in The Last of Us Part 2. I know that obviously he's going to have to tell her, and who knows how she's going to take it. Mainly due to the fact that he killed old girl, and old girl was kind of like a friend or a mother figure to her. I mean, like she said, she's known Ellie since birth, and she was willing to do the big thing. I mean, it was a hard decision for her too. How are you? I'm good. I am good. Just ranting and raving, you know. As always, running my mouth. I just feel like if they had have told him they were gonna kill you. Yeah, I mean, I think that they were stupid. Old girl was stupid for even telling him in the first place, because I would automatically surmise that they've probably created some kind of kinship or bond throughout that long journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't automatically just assume that, oh, well, you know, he's probably not going to take it, you know, bad. I would be like, she's fine. We're just getting some blood from her. You guys will be able to leave in a couple of hours. Wait until after the surgery when she was dead, and then told him, hey, so she died. You know, the truth is, we had to take her brain out of her head, and she didn't make it. Like, it sucks, and you know, and I don't mean to laugh at it, because I don't mean to laugh in the face of death like that, especially concerning a child. But I mean, it's a video game, so shut up and stop being sensitive. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, I don't understand. Sometimes you just have to be underhanded like that in order to be able to get what you want. Especially in a world like this. You have to think about it. Honestly, these people have built two different factions. Enough to be able to sit up there and honestly, wow, that was not a good idea. Oh, woke the beast. Wow, okay. A lot of people might think that that's cold-hearted. Oh, dude, why would you say that? You know, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, think about it. Honestly, you've been living in a post-apocalyptic world for at least 20 years. I have no idea who that is. For at least 20 years, okay? If you've been living in this post-apocalyptic world for at least 20 years, you know that, you know, trusting people's word or, you know, anything like that is going to be a pot shot. So, you know, you're probably used to lying. You're probably used to being underhanded and deceiving and conniving and all kinds of stuff. So why in the world at this moment would you choose to be, oh, I don't know, truthful? I wouldn't. In any sense of the word, I would not be truthful. Because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know that Joel is just going to be like, oh, okay, well, you know, I understand. I don't know that he's going to be understanding. In my opinion, he could probably be as understanding as a father would be with sacrificing their child. Love it. Oh, man, come on now. That should have killed, like, everybody. No, I'm just joking. Well, of course, especially for saving the world and OMG. I mean, you know, like I said, I don't mean to come off harsh in that sense, because if it was me in old girl's position, I mean, like she said, she brought up a good point. She said, I've known her longer than you have, Joel. Joel and Ellie have been together for roughly 6 months, maybe a year. It's taken them to travel. I'm gonna give it a year. I don't know exactly how long they were together, but I'm gonna say it was a year. And old girl has known Ellie since she was born. Even promised her mom that she would look after her, you know, in case, you know, she ever died or passed away, which she did and everything. But the moment that they found out that Ellie was immune to this is the moment that, you know, all kinds of different doors open. And you look around and you realize that the world is never going to be the same. Oh yeah, Left Behind. I have that, as a matter of fact.
You got any surprises for me?
Son of a bitch!
Ow. I like how while I'm choking this dude out, I'm getting shot. Come here, buddy. Where are you? Where'd he go? Did he go around? That deal hole. Where'd he go? What's the discussion you guys are doing? Okay, so Hank, I'm assuming you haven't played this. I think you... wait, hold on. Have you played The Last of Us? Have you played this game?
He's in here.
This dude can take some shots. Okay.
Oh, shit. Don't kill me, man. Please. Please let me go.
No. No. No, please.
That dude was begging for his life. Please, let me go. I won't do it again, I promise. Should have thought about that before you came in here shooting at me, idiot. Alright, well, spoiler alert for those who haven't played this game. Basically, Joel has been... But I have seen the game. Okay. Alright, so since you've seen the gameplay, you should know how the game ends. The game ends with Joel making the decision to save old girl rather than let them, you know, kill her in order to come up with a antivirus or whatever you want to call it and stuff. The cure, basically. So, Dynamic Dynamo and I have been discussing basically the ramifications of his decision. Whether it was a good decision or a bad decision, and what we would do in that situation. And it's kind of hard to pinpoint what you would do. I don't know inherently what I would do. If it was, like I said, if it was my wife, it would still be a hard decision. Like, given a little bit of time, I think Joel probably would have just said, you know what? If you had given Joel, like, at least a couple of days and allowed him to talk to Ellie before they performed the surgery, I'm pretty sure he probably... Well, I can't say pretty sure. I don't know. But I think he would have said, you know what? Alright, I guess I gotta let her go. But at the same time, I don't know. You know, obviously, we'll never know. But it sucks because, like I said, it presents this situation where you kind of, like I said, it's video game form. So you don't have to worry about it. Obviously, you only have one choice to make. It's not like the game gives you a choice to make the other decision. But at the same time, it's like, what would you do in that situation? If it was my wife, on one hand, I would be like, oh God, I'm going to save her. Last mission is in the hospital. He will stop the enemy before doing experiments. Yeah, I know. This is my second time playing this game. I know exactly. And I'm in the hospital right now. I know exactly what's going to happen, but like I said, we were talking about what we would do in that situation. Would you, Hank, would you inherently be able to single-handedly
Doctor?
What are you
shoot
doing?
everybody in here?
I won't let you take her.
I have no guns.
This is our future. Think of all the
You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Where are you at?
You fucking animal!
Where's the other one at? Where's she hiding? Oh, what's up? How you doing? You're gonna get arrowed to the head. Bop.
Come on, baby girl. I got you.
I'm such a terrible person.
Shit.
My wife's over here just not even caring right now. She's like, whatever, dude. Uh-oh. I'm gonna die.
Shit. I'm getting you out of here, girl. I got you. I got you. Come on.
Yeah, I can't wait for The Last of Us Part 2. Ow. I don't think I was supposed to...
Let go of her!
Ow. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. They didn't even wait. I want to tell them something. I want to tell them a secret.
Come on.
Okay. I gotta remember where I'm supposed to go. Oh, crap. Not that way.
Tell me which way.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
We're okay. We're okay. We're okay.
I said get back! Stop!
Yeah, this is sad. Like I couldn't do it. It was my first time playing through it. I was awestruck. I was like, really? Ah, come on, man. I mean, but it was great though. You know, it was great, and it was hard. It was. I don't know what I would do.
You can't save her. Even if you get her out of here, then what? How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers? That is, if she hasn't been raped and murdered first.
It ain't for you to decide.
It's what she'd want. And you know it. Look. You can still do the right thing here. She won't feel anything.
Oh yeah, because that's gonna make me feel better. I will feel everything. She won't feel nothing, but I will feel it. I will feel it. And I feel for Joel because he's already lost his daughter. And then he gets Ellie, who is essentially almost like a daughter to him now. Everything that they went through, I don't think I would have been able to sacrifice two little girls. I can't even say sacrifice. I don't think I'd be able to lose two little girls in my life like that. I don't think I would be able to do it.
Wearing?
Just take it easy. Drugs are still wearing off.
And think about how long it took for Ellie to get him to open up. I mean, this man was cold-hearted, distant, angry, just selfish, all kinds of stuff, you know? And throughout everything that they've been through and everything, I mean, think about all the stuff that she had been through, leading,
dozens actually,
and then turning on everything that she had been basically protecting Joel and everything, in, you know, doing this or whatever and stuff.
They've stopped looking for
They both have been through quite a lot. And even Ellie was saying, you know, when they had gotten to the art, when he was making the choice to let her stay at, or to drop her off with his brother and let him continue the journey, while, you know, he went back or whatever, she said, you know, I'm just so used to people just leaving me. She's used to being left by herself. She's used to everybody that's in her life either dying or leaving. And he made that decision that he wasn't going to do that anymore.
Let me go.
This is savage.
You just come after her.
Savage! You can't... Oh, that's the most savage part of this game right there. Please, let me go. Nah, you just come after her. Wow! I was like, yo! Rick Grimes, you got that right. He did, Rick Grimes.
Well.
Oh, man.
Looks like we're walking. Should be a straight shot through here.
And then with this ended, I didn't think it was the end of the game. Like, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
This is the end?
Alright. Now watch your head going through.
It was a relatively short, this was a relatively short game, to be honest. I was surprised at how short it was.
My age now.
But it's good for those who want to do multiple playthroughs to try to get the Platinum Trophy, that it is this short. It's only taken me this long, like honestly, I think this is the 12th gameplay. It's only taken me this long because I usually on my stuff for only, you know, an hour of gameplay, but playing this straight through, I could probably complete the whole game in a day.
Bet I would've.
Go. Down there.
She was also affected how she was also affected.
It's a little bit further now.
She cured. I suppose so.
There. I got you. Give me your hand. All right, come on.
Hey, wait.
Here it is. The most infamous part. I mean, they left you on a complete cliffhanger. I can't wait for part 2.
Back in Boston? Back when I was bitten? I wasn't alone. My best friend was there. And she got bit too. We didn't know what to do. So... she says... let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess.
Bless you.
And then Sam.
None of that is on you.
You don't understand.
I struggled for a long time with surviving. And you... no matter what, you keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear to me. Swear to me that everything that you've said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Okay.
Then it just ends. I'm like, what? That was so crazy. Oh man, Naughty Dog, I swear they are so great at producing games, man. I mean, between the Uncharted series, which I absolutely adore. I love the writing in that, and so starts the number 2. Yeah, man. I've seen screenshots. I've seen the preview for it. I'm really excited about it. It's one of the games I'm looking forward to coming out. I think it comes out this year, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely going to get that. Definitely going to bring that to you guys as soon as it drops and everything. It's so great, to be honest, and everything. But like I said, Naughty Dog just has a way about them, and it's one of those underdog companies, production companies right now, because with juggernauts like Ubisoft and Square Enix and stuff like that, it kind of fades into the limelight. Games like this, as far as just like, well, production companies like Naughty Dog. I mean, up until Uncharted, Naughty Dog was only known for Crash Bandicoot, and even though Crash Bandicoot ended up selling those great games, the moment that Naughty Dog dropped it and it was picked up, I think who picked up Crash Bandicoot? I forgot who picked it up. But that's what Naughty Dog was known for. I mean, I knew Naughty Dog strictly for that. So of course, when Uncharted came out, it was a huge turnaround for Crash Bandicoot. I'm like, wait, what? This is Naughty Dog? And then when this came out, I'm like, whoa, this is even darker. Like, Uncharted has some pretty dark elements, scattered throughout. But it was, high adrenaline, really fun. But it was also unrealistic in the sense of like the things that he could do, the stuff that he went through. This one was so real because a lot of the decisions that you had to make, from its opening scene to him losing his daughter, her getting shot and everything, dying in his arms, to basically his journey with Ellie and basically trying to get close to her or trying to push her away, and her being insistent on just, I guess getting close. Not really in the sense of because she looked at him like a father figure, but as she stated, she was just tired of people leaving, or dying around her. She just wanted one person that she could rely on to be there no matter what. And when it came time for her to pull through, she did pull through. Joel was essentially incapacitated. He couldn't do nothing, couldn't move, couldn't so much as breathe properly without the help of her. And when, when the time came, she stepped up to the plate, saved his life, and I think that's really what bolstered their relationship, was that. I just really enjoyed this. The original cast is going to be coming back for part 2, so that's a good thing. I really, did want that to happen. So yeah, I mean, overall, I really, really enjoyed this game and everything that it had to offer. There were times in which I thought that this game was... it took me a while to play this game, to be honest. When it came out, I heard about it. I had seen a few little clips here and there of it, but it wasn't anything that I inherently wanted to pick up and play. Mainly because I'm not a survival horror type gameplay kind of guy or whatever stuff. I mean, I played Resident Evil 4, 5, 6, 1, and 7, but even then it was, it wasn't really my type of game. And then this came out and I just really thoroughly enjoyed it. I bought the game and it took me a while to actually play it. Like, I bought it because I figured, I'm a gamer, I'm supposed to have it in my, endless supply of games or whatever stuff, so I'm definitely going to, play it at some point in time. And I ran out of games to play, and The Last of Us was just looking at me like, come on, play me. And I played it, and I think I made it to the part where you were all in this like abandoned building when you first met up with Ellie, and you were in this abandoned, and I first ran into the clickers, and I could not figure out how to get around them. I couldn't figure out what to do. So I got frustrated, and I just gave up, moved on to another game, didn't look back at it. I think 6 or 7 months later, I finally decided to go ahead and give it another shot. And I really gave it a shot this time. Like, I'm actually going to try this time. So I started all the way over from the beginning, and I absolutely fell in love with this game. I loved it so much. I think the next person to play this game is actually going to be my wife, because she hasn't played this yet. And she's tackled a lot of games, so I'm pretty sure she can do this. She's played Resident Evil and everything. She played shooters before and everything, so I'm pretty sure she'll be able to get this game, figured out and down packed and everything, and add that to her list of games that she actually just got finished beating Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and also did the DLC as well, the Jack the Ripper. And before that, she completed Persona 5, and then before that, she completed Breath of the Wild and everything. So she's been on a roll and everything as of late and everything. She still has yet to complete Kingdom Hearts 2, but well, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, that is it for The Last of Us. I will be returning tonight to if you guys want, I'll leave it up to you guys. Either I can move on to the next game, which is going to be Assassin's Creed Origins, or I can go back and play Left Behind if you guys want me to. I'll leave that up to you guys. Do you guys want me to do the Left Behind chapter of this game, where it explains Ellie and her friend? Or do you want me to go on to the next game, which, like I said, is going to be Assassin's Creed Origins? Origins poll. What do you think, Dynamic Dynamo? I'll take your vote into consideration as well. Did not play Origin. It has very good. He's played. Well, I'm waiting for Dynamic Dynamo to give me his vote real quick. The moment he decides to type it in, I don't know what he's going to say. But I want to take everybody's vote into consideration before I make my decision. I think he probably fell asleep. I don't know what happened to Dynamic Dynamo. Not too sure if he ran away or whatever. Either way, this is what's going to happen then. I will still, if people come in later on and give their vote and say that they want to see me play Left Behind, I'll do it probably at a later date. For now, what's going to happen is tonight I will be playing, if you guys didn't know, the beta was released for Dragon Ball FighterZ. So I will be playing I'll be streaming Dragon Ball FighterZ tonight because I have the beta downloaded, and then I will turn around and also tomorrow morning, the same time, 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will start Assassin's Creed Origins for you guys. So make sure to tune in for that tonight. Like I said, I will be doing the open beta streaming the open beta for Dragon Ball FighterZ, and then tomorrow morning I will be starting on Assassin's Creed Origins. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good to me. But yeah, that is my playthrough of this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it. I love this game to death. I really do. And like I said, the moment that The Last of Us Part 2 is released, trust me, I'll be in the front of that line. I will get that game. I'll bring it to you guys. I will be amongst the first people on YouTube to be streaming that game. Trust me when I say that. So, anywho, with that being said, I will see you all later on tonight. I'll be streaming at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all so much for watching and everything like that. Dynamo, thank you for stopping by. Hank, as always, such a pleasure to have you here. And I will see you all a little bit later on. Take care of yourselves.